Hey YouTube, it's Woody17096 and I'm back. I took a break from the game for a while because I felt not so much bored with the game, but just fed up with it, in the sense that there was too many net deckers, but I haven't let that get me down. I've come back and I've rebuilt one of my favourite decks I've used, which is Gagaga XYZ, to be more, put a name to the build, and yeah, I'm gonna get started now. So BLS, I run 5 lights in the main deck, not including himself, and also quite a few lights in this extra deck, so he's a worthwhile card to run. Obviously one of my boss monsters, you know what he does by now. Dark on Dragon, I run a ton of darks, so it makes sense to run this. Consider taking him out at times due to drawing him when I have no darks in grave. Bad draw basically, but other than that, he's a boss monster, so I've got to run him. And a Gauze, just because Gauze saves your butt and is actually quite useful in this deck, being a level 7, so. And next I run 3 Gagaga Magicians, sorry. Once per turn you can make him level 1 to 8. You can only control one of him. He's just such a good card. And then to go with the Magician, we got the 2 girls. I only run 2. I found 3 to be a bit cloggy. Just didn't feel right. I prefer to have them in the grave as well, so or get them out with Mystic Tomato. Basically her effects, you can copy Gaga's effect, and also when she's XYZ summoned using only Gagaga monsters, you can make one of your opponent's monsters that was special summoned have 0 attack, which is used in the OTK with Marku Mech. Next are 2 Mystic Tomatoes, only 2. Battle Searching is not dying out, but there's a lot of cards that pop cards on the field, so 2 is just the right amount. May go back up to 3, but I just don't see it happening. And next we've got 2 Thunder Kings. Just as a couple of lights for BLS, but also the fact that he's a 1900 beta. And his effect only affects the opponent really. The fact that they can't add card from deck to hand, apart from the fact that I run pots of dualities, it doesn't really hurt me, but it will absolutely hurt like prophecies, heroes, anything like that. And his other effect to negate special summon is quite nice. Then we got 2 tour guides. So sad to see Sagan go, because Sagan was a true legend, and it was a great card for my deck as well. And I'm sure it was a great deck card for, you know, loads and loads of decks out there, but I'm still keeping the 2 tour guides just because it's that easy rank 3, and they're also dark targets. I may be open to suggestions of taking them out for some other cards, but I'll leave that to you guys to give me the suggestions. 3 Cyber Dragon. 3 Cyber Dragon is a perfect amount for me. I don't like running 2, because then you don't draw him as often as you need to, and he is just a great card anyway. You know, 21 beta, you can special summon him, and then with this next card is the card I tend to use him with, Star Drawing. This card is amazing. I run 3 of him. He can be treated as a level 5 for an XYZ summon, and the monster that was summoned using Star Drawing as a material, when it's XYZ summoned, you get to draw a card, which doesn't seem to, it's just a fantastic effect. I go into rank 5s at loads anyway, but now with Star Drawing, it's just fantastic that I get to draw a card from it and not really have to work for it. onto spells now. 3 Gagaga Revenge. Can be a dead draw, considering I've only got 5 targets. But it's just such a great card. It's a foolish barrier for Gagagas. You've got to run it. 2 instant fusions, pay 1,000 life points, special summon level 5 or lower monster from your fusion, from your extra deck, sorry. I meant to call it the fusion deck. But the monster summoned cannot attack or be tributed. No, it cannot attack and is destroyed during the end phase. So I run 2 of these now, which is a change from my last deck, because they just work so well with the Gagaga Magician, the Cyber Dragon, all the star drawing, that I felt that if I put 2 in, it wouldn't be a dead draw at all, because most of the time you're always going to have like Gagaga, Cyber or a star draw in hand. So instant fusion, it's been very well play tested fantastically for me. 2 pots of duality, you know, just to help consistency with the deck really, same as most decks run it, no other reason. And then staple, 1 heavy storm, 2 MST, mind control, because mind control on this deck is fantastic, you should realise why I'm running it. Foolish Burial, I put this in because I went down to the 2 girls. It can also help with BLS or Dark Armed in the fact if you need to get a dark or light to grave, or to stop Gagaga Revenge from becoming a dead draw, you can put one of the magicians in the graveyard. It's been play testing okay, but it will need further testing. And then Monster Reborn.com. And traps, 2 Mirror Force. You might take these out, but they have saved me, so I probably can keep them to be fair. 2 Bottomless. Just stops, says no to a lot of opponents' monsters. Like the Fire Fists, they're quite high attack, so gets rid of them. And then the standard Solemns. And I'll quickly explain the extra deck. 2 Ajama Knights. This over any other thing because they're light, so good for BLS. And also, the fact that it can't get bottomless was a big plus because a lot of people are running bottomless now. But you can't be bottomless because you've only got 0 attack. And there's a fact that you can select 2 of your opponent's monster card zones and they cannot be used. I know that's only active while the Ajama Knight's on the field, but you could always Monster Reborn later if you were in that desperate situation. Stop the opponent from using 2 of their spaces, and you've got a really high defensive monster on the field. So he's not too bad, and he's probably the better version. He's the best fusion to use, really. And then the Zen Mains and the Leviathan Dragon for tour guides. Leviathan Dragon, I prefer it over Acid Golem. So obviously Acid Golem's got a nasty effect when I can't special summon. So that's why I prefer Leviathan. Rank 4s. Maestro is a great card for me. I love Maestro. And Utopia, just there weren't no other rank 4s I really wanted to run, but I ran Utopia just in case. He's pretty good to go into, and a lot of decks run level 4s. So if I manage to mind control one and Gagaga Magician, or Star Drawing, so Makumek, the OTK card. I honestly don't go into the OTK that much as I used to. Mainly the way other people play the decks now, you don't have a chance to get the OTK off sometimes, but Makumek is a great card, so you've got to have him in there. Volcasaurus, thank god this card came out. You can detach, well, to its effect, you can detach a material, target face-up monster your opponent controls and destroy that monster, and inflict damage to your opponent equals that monster's original attack. The only downside is it can't attack directly, but so many times I've popped something like big, like a BLS, and then attack the other monster they've got, perhaps, and then it's won just from that. Or Volcasaur, I'll show you another card Volk is pretty good with in a minute. But yeah, Volcasaur is just a beast of a great rank 5. Next rank 5, Adris. He's just a bit of a standard one. I like him in the deck. He can detach a material and pop one face-up card in front of controls. Tyrus, great effect. Can't be destroyed by trap. Can't be destroyed by its spells and trap. This card can't be destroyed by card effects. And then if it attacks at the end of the battle phase, you get to destroy the cards your opponent controls, which is good because not only have you probably just destroyed one of their monsters, you've gone and popped, say, another monster or a back row, which is fantastic because it creates more problems for the opponent. And then the other rank 5 I'm running is Wonder Parsons and Mayo. Once per turn you can detach an XYZ material, target 2 set cards on the field and destroy them. I really do like this card. I don't see it in a lot of Gagaga builds, XYZ builds. I'm not sure why really. I mean, this format there's a lot of nasty spells and traps. A couple of monsters that could hurt you that get set. So Zenmo is a great card, and especially if you want to push and they've got 2 cards down, you can just summon Zenmo and pop them both and go. I just like him. He's always done well for me. Photon Strike Bouncer, this is my rank 6, I only run 1 at the moment. I don't feel many more are worthwhile since you're going to be going into the 5s more often. But yeah, Bouncer, when you get him out, he's an effect Vader on legs, negate an effect, and then your opponent takes 1,000 damage. Big Eye, 2 level 7s, you know what this guy is, he's going to be in those new elemental dragons, I think they're called, which are just completely stupid and need to get slammed by the ban list straight away. But yeah, you detach a material on target opponent's monster, take that monster, but then Big Eye can't attack. I actually do have a Big Eye, so he will be played when I build this deck in real life. Because I got mine before it went stupidly priced. Gaia Dragon the Thunder Charger. He's in here because you can special summon using a rank 5 or 6 as the material. And obviously I run a load of rank 5s, so it's very useful. But what I tend to do is use Volk's effect and then special summon Gaia on top of the Volk, because then you can attack for 2/6 as well, which is pretty good. If your opponent's field is open, that is, you can attack for 2/6 as well as the damage inflicted. So that could potentially be game. It's a nice little combo. And a rank 8, just in case. But this card has saved me. Is number 40, Gimmick Puppet of Strings. Once per turn you can attach an XYZ material from him, put a string counter on every face-up monster on the field, except himself, and then during your opponent's next end phase you destroy all monsters with string counters and inflict 500 damage to your opponent for each one. Yeah, this has ended games, because I was playing against a stall burn deck, and I just couldn't finish him off, but I went into Gimmick Puppet and I had quite a few face-up monsters, and I let my monsters get destroyed and won the game. So yeah, I like Gimmick Puppet, and he's a 3,000 beat stick, so he's hard to get rid of once you get him out and get his effect off. So yeah, that was the Gagaga deck. Any suggestions will be fine. I'll gracefully look at them and decide what I want to do. I do miss playing the ALLURE on the deck, but the thing was with ALLURE, you'd draw it and you'd activate it and draw the cards, and you'd still only have the one dark. And most of the times that dark for me, every time it would be like the Ghouls or the Dark Armed, which you don't want to get rid of, or the Magician or the Girl, and you really don't want to be getting rid of those. So I did take out the ALLURE because it was just a bit inconsistent for me. I don't run enough darks really to. I'm not sure how to explain that, but I don't really run enough darks to use it on good targets, because you don't want to be banishing anything really in this deck unless you're using Dark Arms or BLS as effect. What else? I took out the Pot of Avarice. I really miss that now because this deck flies through a lot of cards quickly. I mean, you can use up your Cyber Dragons and Star Drawings really quick. So I am considering putting a Pot of Avarice back in the deck. Maybe cutting out a Mirror Force for it, but we'll have to wait and see. So yeah, this has been the Gagaga XYZ build for what that is, March 2013 Banlist. So comment suggestions, like the video and subscribe. And this has been Woody17096.